coming out from GMD on the C side.
TSM on defense, Plug on attack.
And that's where TSM's going to start, right?
We get the
looking to
five.
fight back into some
Five
potential
goes
Plug
out.
aggression up towards B. A crossfire set up with the fault line.
Recon to short.
Maybe this first
Recon in
dart
return,
is
gets
already
shot.
pull a pivot away.
Once she gets scared on
Cool. They
A,
got
do we
3
push
set up in
middle?
B, so they wanted to crossfire. That was one option, but it gives them easy access to A or C.
Seven's in trouble. He just
depending
has
on
to
where
kill
this
one.
hit is, and Seven already gonna get to call
Oh,
this
yeah,
out.
so
He's not
much
even on
trouble.
immediate retreat. I think he got grabbed well. There's I don't know what happened.
I got stunned there.
Honestly,
Got
might
stunned. Okay,
be the round done.
Stars on his side, and well, this round is not on TSM's side. Plug
Eternity Val, thank
gets
you
to
so
just
much for the
flood
tier 1
in and
also.
barely
Thank you for
drop
that, dude.
anyone. Ziv just
Welcome
shooting
into
at
the
a
Slug Club,
distance,
thank you.
finished off Jerwin, and see how Plug, or yeah, how Plug look in the post plant.
Last player standing.
So
Pretty
far, so good.
Yeah, Ziff is alone. Gonna be very hard to retake. I mean, he'll have a turret to maybe ping some player out when his cage comes down, but there's just too many players to
Yeah,
fight
impossible
against.
for this retake.
Nonetheless, this looks like a very similar
DT Curie, regen shield. If you die and get revived, stage res or close self res, you keep the rest of the armor 25 and the 25 reserve for some reason. Wait, what do you mean?
And then 2 other players start to fast rotate.
You saying that it goes up to 25 and it doesn't like use a reserve, it like resets?
They'll probably watch that game here that TSM just had to play against Washed, and they're like, hey, they're weak side, they're playing Extremity on the A, they're having the player dance around in front of default so you can at least hold down and maybe reflip towards long, and then they play Flood retake before even using.
It's usually 50 on reserve, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because then it must use one of the reserves if it pushes it to 25-25, which means that would be how it should work.
We'll just have to keep an eye on these early round recons and just what information we're getting.
Res with that is interesting. You know when you do like res for money, res when you have that shield becomes...
That's what Seven's job is, to just collect information
makes
and
more
stay
sense.
alive. He wasn't so lucky last time thanks to the stun, I think, from Jerwin. Either way, Plug can now dial things back. And TSM have already started to scale up their jet here of Sim. Now this Aftershock is going to force him into the firing squad.
Yeah, this is nice from them though. Clearing over towards middle, good. To Mildot, with the Prime, thank you also, dude. Thank you for the 13 months. That's why it's 25-25 reserve. Yeah, it's definitely how it intended. It's cool.
GMD is thinking about... Thought he was going to go past the smoke. Meanwhile, Ziff is working on a flank through C.
This is on the new patch now, this is old
So,
patch.
Plug just have to overwhelm the site here.
Dude, GMD got
GMD
got a
down
double
with
here.
them, which is
We got to
huge.
push behind.
He got
Cypher's still
7 working
alive
on a
though,
flank
so
too. It could be coming up
kind of
from
doesn't matter.
behind.
They're going to get info on
Ow.
both of this, or at least going to hear the jump over.
Could be grabbing his weapon too. Just depends on the angle. No, you can't get anything because of the trip, and he just gets caught mid shock bolt.
You didn't think they
So
were
yeah, Ziff is
close?
just
Why
gonna
wouldn't you
hope
jump
to,
it?
Get behind Bow here. And take his rifle into the next one.
I think he just wants to go fight here. They'll be able to fire rifles in the next, and he just wants to make it
Him
expensive.
drop the nuke? Dude, he got 39 kills on Sunset earlier.
1,000 credits with Bulldog versus the full rifle you could get here with the kill that he just got. So it's just unfortunate for TSM trying to go for that double flank, and it was being watched on both extremities by a trip. GMD letting 2 nice shots with the Sheriff, but it wasn't taking out Mikey, so those trips are always up. So Plug was always ready to react here on the information, and I was going to mention a clean anti-eco, but it ends up being quite expensive going into the next round. So they'll try to leverage Jerwin with the Bucky, maybe an early garage control.
Looks like Plug have been good at watching their flanks too.
Yeah, recon over towards 8. Gives him full control. Seven's got his... Seven's got his Odin out again. That was looking pretty good earlier.
From a distance, and there's Jerwin making this.
Oh my goodness, it looked like he popped
What a
him from
ping
far
from
off.
Someone at the back. And Jerwin's gonna push his luck in.
Bit too obvious when you made the sound of the Bucky earlier.
Now Plug has
Someone's
to be
close, they're gonna get in the
careful.
smoke.
TSM
Damn.
start to carve their way through.
Damn.
Both sides.
What is that
Just
fuck
right through
kill?
the cage and gets 3.
Dude, if I'm the Omen here, I'm furious.
So that'll get
You were all meant to
TSM
buy
on the
time for
board
me. And you
soon.
push, push,
Being able
push,
to carry
push.
all these rifles through is gonna be huge.
It's already made so much noise rotating across there for Bunbao, but very, very nice for Sim indeed. A little bit of an overheat for Jerwin after they got map control.
I mean, the whole thing was an overheat.
Trying to pick up a Guardian or just trying to surprise somebody inside the smoke because he is also still a Neon with a Bucky. But there was 2 players inside there, something that so far in these 2 matches that I've witnessed from TSM, or at least all the rounds that we've witnessed from TSM so far, they've been really good at isolating Neon and punishing Neons on slides when you're trying to do so much surprise attacks on the side of the duelist, and that allowed TSM to get a very clean retake in round number 3. Sorry, and even a lockdown ready for Xith.
Okay, first big buy runs, and they go for a 4-1, and this kind of makes sense, right? They can use Killjoy ult to retake over towards C. Dude, we have 8 people. Not even. We're gonna have 9 people dueling this, maybe.
That's the beauty of getting a triple kill off a pistol.
Waited for them to get close, disrespect the smoke. Oh my goodness, GMD is farming people as well.
Just from being in sewers.
2 HP, 56 HP.
For Mikey, but at 2 HP and 56 HP, it's about outracing the defense.
Yeah, thank God you tanked the turret.
That ate that turret. Mikey could have died, so lucky there. Still hoping to get the spike planted soon. Sherwin watches garage. Mikey will be safe for now.
Spike planted.
Using drone instead too. HP could have been called out to try to get a shock dart into sight. Breathing moments.
He probably didn't even need the lockdown, but you know, insurance is always nice.
7 is outrageous for this at the moment.
TSM matching us up, bringing the Odin, the Vandal over, and some good money is starting to accumulate on TSM side.
Yeah. It definitely looks like overkill, but the lockdown's still pretty good to funnel the players
Sim,
outside of the extremities.
Drogo, I think he, I don't know for sure in terms of Sim and like why he struggles so much in the Sentinels or Sen City stuff. Some of the setup wasn't there, but I would say the main thing was like, I think it's just a nerves thing.
Double nano swarm to do double damage. Well, you can play the lockdown and full retake.
And then that's just done from reps of like, you don't in tier 2 you don't get many reps of playing like LAN or outside of your comfort zone.
TSM lost Sim early through this route, and look, Plug are just stepping up the aggression, and Sim takes a step back and fires back even harder. The Plug are just trying to, I mean, they lost their best gap.
He tried to drone up to heaven. That's so funny.
So this is just kind of tough.
You can do it if you go to this fast.
7 hosing everybody down, putting out the fire. This is about to be 3 in a row for TSM.
Yeah, nicely done. Dude, yes, I mean Sim's farming. They kind of just taking tons of getting multi kills. GMD into Sim. Ever since they've kind of stabilized money, they're looking incredible. Muted House of the 29 months. How was TSM versus Washed? It was good, to be honest. It was very close.
Not having a good opportunity.
Sim saved him a little bit on Sunset.
Really sit up here in the post plan because they lose a lot of players in the process.
Muted House again. Appreciate the tier 1. Thank you, thank you.
Especially as you said, trying to utilize Jerwin to close these gaps. He's like instantly dead, getting 0 value.
You get revived and you keep whatever your reserve armor is. That's interesting. So Sage gets a small buff. Nice shot. Sage gets a small buff on that as well.
Now you know there's an op at A main, and Plugger still gonna push the issue, thinking, okay, he doesn't have a dash, he can't be that crazy anymore, right? The drone, is it gonna spot Teague?
When you die and get revived, the armor should be removed completely?
TSM,
nah, I don't think so.
Just being ready.
Why do you think that?
Could just play
it's
back.
regen
He's
armor.
got a Hunter's Fury, he's got Shock Bolts, there's so much
You're getting revived, it has a chance to regen.
Plug playing at such a disadvantage without their Neon, and playing that close with an op, and 7 even supports him. You can barely see anything though. Great paranoia out of Bao. And Teague has a fault line left. And the post plant's looking pretty shaky with an op still lurking around on the site. He just didn't clear this A short area, so Teague's gonna go down with the ship.
It's nicely done though, no matter what you're getting traded, they can pick up the op, they can pick up the Odin.
TSM will still get to keep the op.
Yeah, and their money's really, really good.
Yeah.
Dude, Sim stats are gonna be kind of incredible at this tourney.
It just goes for the whole 360 and being
It's a great first shot.
And being able to spot the last player to allow this trade to happen. But for Bunbao to get picked like that, that was an unfortunate miscom, or just missing the heads up play that he could maybe try to avoid the op and try to punish somebody else that's going to be out of position coming back from spawn. But
Is there any more
TSM,
games other than the tournament
they've
going
done a
on
good job
China
with
at
the
the
amount
moment?
they've
Nah,
been
not really.
holding and anchoring up towards the east
On the
side and even pulling out
20...
early ops,
Can't remember
right
if
in the
there's a
beginning of the game,
29th or the
is
30th. I
not
want to
giving
say 30th.
Trust and Plug a
There's
really good opportunity here to work the map.
There's a
in their favor
4-team
on the
event
attack
going
side.
on.
You can maybe double ult around this half buy, especially if Jurin gets good value out of it. This is looking to be probably a wall pinch back into the C choke.
But it's EMEA.
But the C is the main focus, but there's already like 3 players there already.
Yeah, Sim gets
Okay,
just
drone
solo
goes in.
ball
Let's see
A with an
alarm bot.
op.
They pop this at the same time, hitting over
Now
towards
Plug
B.
try to break into B, wrap around the back of Garage, and Jerwin gets
What
to
is
steal
this?
away the Vandal and just be a true threat in the back line. But the threat is also in front of Plug. They lost their spike carrier, so they'll regain. They'll have a member advantage, but definitely not a health advantage. Sim is now on the flank with an op.
Dude,
He
this
drops
guy, when his
that,
instant
and
decision
Seven
making is
able to
like...
change out his... Oh, that's a stinger.
I think that's
actually,
another
so
thing as
not
well. Maybe
something
he was
wants to change out
overthinking
quite
too
yet.
much.
Just the Odin.
Like, this guy had already
retake
fought
them.
ahead of
Quote,
his
unquote,
next
just
kill.
the Odin.
Like, I...
It's gonna own.
It's just, yeah, but
Oh my god. I mean,
okay, well maybe.
it'd be good for it.
Maybe. She's
Got
gotta
2
be
shotguns
quicker.
too.
Ah, see, told you.
It's the classic, though.
I wasn't worried.
How many times are we talking about
Nice
this?
and
Winning,
drifty towards the end,
winning
though.
one
I
with one
just feel
person
that for
surviving.
TSM, there was a lot of gaps on how they were setting up on their defensive round. Yes, they had
Close,
3
real
players here
close.
towarse the C side, but the wall that's being thrown.
This is a
towards
nice
B,
strat, though.
The turret cannot really see him in the first place, so it doesn't really give a chance here for Timmy to sound the alarm that there's going to be this crunch happening towards the C choke.
And they started to realize they're not playing over towards B as well, and they can just push his way through.
Back to the window of the garage and spotting nothing in the back there. And it's great here for Plug.
Okay,
to
3
identify
people.
that
They can't
gap
buy
in
next
that
with
was
it.
quickly taken away here by
Cage to
Jerwin
block.
to even put that player
The
in the
pressure
garage,
that he
like,
could have
out
popped
and
over
on, but he just
towards
inched
short,
him
that's
and took him
nice.
down, so.
Oh,
Where we praise TSM in good
insta
positions
drone
at the
into
very beginning, we
Sovo.
get
Most
caught for the
people would
first time.
send it over towards C after this.
And a blind ult,
Ooh, he only
unfortunately,
got
not
2
getting any
off.
pings or kills.
Does cost some movement. Maybe Plug could just
Oh
play
man.
off of that info. Rolling Thunder. Plug gonna go in mostly blind, and T-Dog's just already emerging out of the smoke, ready to throw hands with Plug. And it's Mikey with 3 that swings around. You thought in Plug's favor, and it's just the Sim op remaining. And they'll know it because of that Mikey neural theft. But no more pings, so he's
The
gonna try and
fast
surprise them
reposition.
through Garage.
A great
Try not
trip.
to make any noise.
Ooh.
And now he wants them to make contact. He wants them to challenge.
Whoa.
Oh, he baits out Bow. Wait, this is so possible.
Damn.
36.
He
Sim gets
is
it
really
done.
on it today.
Sim is different right now, chat.
Really,
Sim
really
is
on it. We're
different.
reading setups and everything. That
is
was
such a
awesome.
good play on
That
a
was so
1 versus 2,
nice.
a beautiful clutch.
He has
And
the
he
EG
definitely
spray.
dared to win that. I mean, just jiggling out
That's
to get
funny.
that. I love that spray of the EG on the ground too. Be like, hey, you let go of this. I mean, watch this. Just the jiggle to force out that swing from the Omen. I mean, anything
Oh,
else. it was
this
good
is really
protocols coming
nice.
out from
Read
Plug.
it so
You have the
well.
Cypher, Mikey
This is
playing
what I mean.
contact,
Like when I
and
watched
as
him
he
over
gets
towards
spotted
long,
here, you're trying to
like
go
he's
for a
so
double
in
swing.
the zone. He
Sim
knows
spots
exactly
it,
what
just
he's
uses
doing.
the
Like he
core
knows
of the
exactly what he
wall
wants
as
to
the
do.
extra
Like
obstacle to
after he's got like the
isolate
first
these
kill or
fights.
first
And you're
jiggle or
playing against an
whatever.
op here, and you're also playing against Sim.
Just
I
pure
mean,
flow
that was
state. And I
clean.
wonder if like maybe he was overthinking himself
gonna
in other
call a
events. I
timeout.
don't know.
For Trust and Plug
It's a consistency issue.
to figure out what's gonna
But
come
this
next
tournament
and
here,
how
he's just taken
they
over.
can go into these rounds more confidently, not just stealing away.
There's something
a
to
round
prove
here
now.
and
Yeah,
there.
that's also true.
It's TSM that are still pretty locked into this map, especially with the Sim op. Like, how do you react to that? How do you challenge that? How do you punish that?
Yeah, and he tried. I mean, the trip was a perfect play too for Mikey, but you're playing in the moment, right? You're planning, you're trying to set it up, you're trying to sound the alarm. I mean, he did even jump over to make some noise, so it's like everything was well played. But when you have a player that's on a heater like that, that's
Is it consistency issue? Is it line issue? That's also
Knights
true.
and King could do no wrong, so whatever you're trying to do, there's just no answer. And they The only thing maybe out of this one is the timeout to cool down
Dude,
TSM's hot
what
streak.
mad impact that
Also
is
with
as
how
well.
TSM's just
Breaks
in
the
every single one of
econ,
his
especially
shots,
with 2
and
rounds.
hoping that the timeout may force him to overheat a little bit more and Plug could salvage a couple of these rounds.
First time seeing mid control from Plug, or at least like sending the team there. Now smoking off B could be a fight for Garage with Alarmbot and Astra smokes there. No one actually watching that Garage window. It's just Ziff kind of holding solo, and
Is he gonna
some
go back
delay
into him? How'd he deal with the
Plug from getting
drone?
immediate Garage control, and meanwhile, Sim's gonna take this time to scale up through a log, and he gets pinged by the drone and now has to leave, and at least gets to keep the op.
Yeah, D-Liga's confidence is way too
Drone
much.
from Seven's side actually cleared out towards Garage and Long C, so they know that there's nobody really leaning towards that side. For the first few
My
kills.
guy, you cannot be playing like
Three
this.
peaks. That's the overheat I'm talking about, but he makes it out.
Wow.
He's going for
with
no
the updraft
scopes.
too, dodging out of some bullets that were just spraying through the smoke.
He's way too
Took some
confident right
damage.
now.
Could have been worse. Always could have been worse. And now
Jesus,
Seven is
that's just a
gonna own
straight
it
up crossfire. Actual
B
crossfire.
main and Plug are
Timmy.
caught. There's one sheriff that's hanging around, and Ziff trades, and it's just Jerwin with at least a Vandal and the spike to salvage
Neon,
this
man.
round and run over with 12 seconds left to see to plant.
Oh,
That's
dude,
what
he's
he
gonna
did.
go back
The
aggro.
hero rifle that he brought into this round here for
Oh, he
Plug.
doesn't go aggro. That's duelist
Another
there.
thrifty for Plug. I'm ready. Jerwin, here's them running in, and okay, just the
Jesus.
1-2
Nice,
punch. Another
dude.
intel thrifty for
Kind of thought he
Plug,
was
okay.
wrecked with his
That's
positioning, but
2 round salvage
chooses
from
the
Intel
off
50s,
angle.
Man, that's just crazy.
Kind of.
Again, it's not a weapon that was
Yeah.
even picked up by Jerwin.
They'll be
Everything
aiming
from the
higher, I
spray.
guess, with the
It looked
swing.
like they were just going through the meat grinder.
Dude,
Timmy
that was a
Turner,
lovely
he gets
1v3
hit
though.
on top of that. But this
Not sure,
slide
I'm not sure how that kills, but
and the ball
oh,
is
he's
to play
really
out
calm
in
on
the open
that.
like that. That was just so nice there from Jerwin
Dude,
because
everyone's
he had
taking
no
turns of
escape.
just being
He's just trying to
insane.
use the logs as like a one-way, so that he shows only his head, and he did it perfectly. Because GMD did not expect for him to be out in the open. Sim was not in an angle to trade it out, but Sim will be in an angle here. Oh my
What? I thought that
Jesus.
hit. Okay.
Yeah, it did hit.
Shorty gets it done. And also, before that, Sim was like 12-6, so TSM putting a lot of eggs in the Sim basket. This Plug, look, hoping to drone up into B, or even recon, with Teague still alive. Gotta worry about Seven. I mean, Seven mowed them down last time with the Odin, and he's still getting into position, and Plug just now getting
You were just taking
established,
turns
and
of just
they don't wanna
duelist
let
feeling it.
anyone from TSM get a retake set up. So Plug get a successful plant and a 2-man advantage against Seven and Ziff, and now it's pretty cooked.
Superb utility from Plug to really enter towards that B site. One of those rare opportunities or rare moments where you had everything working in your favor for Plug, where I've praised TSM so good at shutting down Jerwin, trying to get entries. But this time there was the aftershock that pushes GMD out of position, the fault line and stuns that's keeping T-Dog in his tracks, the flash to push forward for the double kill. I mean, all that was so good here for Plug. And now TSM, I mean, if Ziff could save his weapon, it would be difficult, though. Never mind. Very easy. There's a Neon from the back. But 5-5 on the scoreline. This is still not really out of the game, or out of the game, but also not out of the fire for Plug. There's still 5 rounds that they have on the attack only. Where TSM was seeing what they could do on their attack side, seeing how good they were on activating the attack side, how they could smother around the Astra utility on the hits. Trusted Plug has to be ready for those type of sight slams coming out from TSM, but not until these last 2 rounds are about to be played out here.
The
Sim
eco push over
was
towards
about to go
mid,
for an
maybe
alpha,
get
he
some
decides
ults
to
on
go
this,
for
we'll
a
see.
Phantom half shield to combine in the next round, but still try to leverage him to push down on a crunch into middle.
TSM hoping to
Yeah, they hear the camera.
Thrifty the same way that Plug have got now 2 Thrifties and Monty with first blood. Punishing TSM scaling up through
Wait.
mid, and it's
Gonna
just
say,
all
did the
pins
camera not see the
falling
guy at the bottom?
in favor of Plug. And it's just Ziff with a classic, kind of like last round, left solo at C. And left behind at the party, so Plug from a Thrifty to a round 10 win to Now with 3v1,
Pushes middle and gets a gun.
it's hoping to keep these rifles, but they're still in a pretty rich situation.
Yeah, for sure, for Trust and Plug. And Ziff is going to try to make it so they don't have too much money going into the next round. Especially the last round of the half, everybody could buy here for TSM. Even Sim could buy an op and maybe a half shield or glass cannon. But they are not giving any breadcrumbs here for Plug.
Reaction though. Okay.
Never mind, Jerwin's just gonna jump out.
Jerwin's having a little too much fun with this.
Yeah,
It's
at least
just
saves
gonna
it for next round.
Get
Okay.
out of dodge. And that'll be
See
Plug with a lead.
who wins the half,
after
or if we just get a
4-2 start
6-6.
for TSM.
And that's an important kill too for Ziff to
Last
just
round
get.
before
'Cause
the switch.
now he has a rifle that he moves into the next round. He has a lockdown that's available too. I'm just trying to see, because you save your weapons, you have a Phantom, it's 1,000 credits. He got damage too, so he can't really go for a full shield rebuy if he needs to buy back into another nanoswarm. And
Okay, the op
Armbot,
is
as I say
out.
that, he can
And
just
I think we have a backup gun and an op here, right?
But these additions, Ziff and T-Dog, I mean, Ziff is really shining here on the defense.
Yeah, gonna take a shot and then has a backup
T-Dog in
rifle.
the past, I think was, what, top fragging on Sunset, I want to say, or second best. So I like how they're just being integrated by TSM, and it's going well, and Plug swiftly get into C. Usually it's Ziff solo holding, and they can just kind of depend on the lockdown, or let's see what this Hunter's Fury gets
Ooh.
first. And Sim is...
No way, he goes forward with a shorty.
Sim is getting trolled by this op.
Spike plant.
Yeah, he just hit the door.
Paranoia out. Plug is just gonna send Jerwin on the hunt, and he gets checked, he gets humbled, and Plug extending out to fight
All
through this
pass and
lockdown
send
against
to go
Destroy.
break the ult.
But at what cost? Plug lost their
Jesus.
entire team.
Yeah, it just felt like they were a
Sim
step
maybe
ahead in
missed the
terms of
first
just
shot,
having the
but he
ult
was gonna
here.
miss a second time. Mikey backpedaled and tried to go back for a re-hit it into
6.
the
I
and
mean,
went
TSM
right
should
back into the
be
crosshair.
pretty happy with
So
this.
not being able to engage into a late flank, a late lurk into garage, while the rest of them just funneled Plug into forcing to
Switching
fight the
sides.
lockdown. That was very, very nice for them to instantly pop it down here for Ziff.
It's on defense,
That,
yeah.
just move
You're
it
like,
to the last
how?
second.
I'd be so mad. There's 2 times I thought Sim had the shot. It just didn't
Yeah.
connect. But what's your
Anything
line?
though.
Oh, it would have hit on land.
Exactly. Exactly. But also, Seven's been a total nuisance with his Odin as well. Even though like Sim's been popping off with this op, it's so hard for Plug. I mean, they are scraping at the bottom of the barrel for these round wins, especially with 2 thrifties that they won. The
Hey, we're
Intel
keeping on the
thrifties that went
pistols for
on
this
their
one.
side
Oh, no.
For Trust and Plug. And that's what I meant about how gruesome it's been for Trust and Plug. To make this a 6-6 half, I mean, this could have been a whole different half if TSM didn't get thrifty the way that they did. Now they have the attack side, their strong side too, and Trust and Plug. They are, I mean, similar strategy, trying to fight back into a contact fault line, and somehow Jerwin just got picked.
Man.
They reuse the same
Everyone just gets
pistol.
dismantled there from
I don't know
Plug.
about
We're
that
holding
one.
Garage, and T's trying to backstab.
As soon as they got
dropping
the
through into
first kill,
smoke.
they knew the second
We'll
one
have
was
Mikey
here.
to
They
play
watched the
off of.
pistol earlier. Dude, you can't reuse your same
Get a
pistol in
lead
a
here.
tournament.
Things continue to go
Not
their
in a
way, and
one-day
they've just been
tournament,
mostly
surely.
left untouched. TSM just communicating so well to react to where Plug is trying to push from.
Almost looks like TSM was watching a game for Plug versus 100 Thieves when they were waiting on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Because Plug just set up the way that they did, and
Nice
then
spot from
how it
Van
was stopped
Silly.
by 100 Thieves before is that they had Cryo just holding back towards the T spawn to watch the garage on the crunch that they were trying to do. So TSM just set up the same way, very similarly, but instead of waiting to react and counteract, they just pushed into the garage and got an instant kill into Jerwin, where, I mean, Plug cannot do anything after that.
It's just good timing on Jerwin, and no trade for Plug. And Asus flawless to start off our second half. And still the 6-6 half tells us this could be really
Yeah, I
close.
mean, a 1-1
This is
pistol,
the
we
map
like that.
pick of TSM. So we'll see where they take us now with an Ares buy from 7.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm
We'll be hoping to
grenade
just
out.
pressure through Garage and using the KJ util to get attention, to get info and mid.
Here.
See how Monty's gonna hold them back. He's got no util.
Solo server on A.
He's coming. Maybe he could hear this
Absolute
coming.
nightmare. We always keep talking about.
He's
Dude, I've
already
seen
ready
it
to
so
leave the
much.
site.
And I didn't see it for a good amount of time, and now I've seen it all the time over towards A. Used we leave nice and early.
Nobody hell, nobody default.
One down.
The smoke's not gonna do anything because they've already confirmed that there's nobody there. The only thing that he might be afraid of is potentially
Spike
sewers,
planted.
but
Yeah, I mean they're
gonna
allowed
say
2
not
deaths.
really
Maybe
looking to
Killjoy
fight
goes
back in
down
that
in the
area. Now they go
2v1.
for the
That's
buddy
about it.
system for that to even support Zith. On your pullback,
Placing alarm
Maybe a
bomb.
cool flank. Yeah.
good enough. Because they have the alarm bot to watch the flank too, so that's gonna work.
See Monty dancing with the sheriff against the vandal there from Sim. Got a late fault line from T-Dog. It's just a matter of time, and maybe Plug can keep TSM trapped in here. Seems like the plan. Bao is still holding from behind, and TSM are running towards Bao and Mikey.
One
There's the
enemy
paranoia, there's the swing, and who is left at the end? It's still TSM.
Yeah, I
but
mean
one
they
man
saved the
down
3
from that
guns.
scramble.
That's all that matters. They get a really good bonus here.
Paranoia throw by Benbao to try to push through and get those exits towards the end. I mean, you're trying to close the gap by turning the corner where people that are hit by that flash could probably just narrow that gap to be nearsighted to win those fights, especially with everybody from TSM exiting at that spot. It was an attempt. Keep
Had
the
you watched
economy
the
low
APAC
and
games
not
and the
give a
NA
chance for
games?
TSM to have
I
the
just
best of
changed-
buys going to
just
a
changed the
bonus,
sleeping
but
ban.
You got 2 Vandals, a Bulldog, a Ghost. Half shields maybe could be the saving grace right now for Plug
Right.
to be able to fight back. this round,
Bonuses,
but
like
this
we
is
said, decent. They
good
save
coming out
save
from
a good
TSM,
amount of money.
especially when you
What's
have
that one?
Sim with one of those Vandals.
Late
At least
late
Monty's gonna get a
bounce
lot more
land on
support here
A
on
so that
A.
you can swing long at
Time
the
to
same
get the
time.
back with 2 flashes.
Cool.
The TSM, they like to pre-fire to like force someone to challenge them. Now you know someone's on the other side of the box, and there's more to worry
Holy hell, this
about.
guy is playing
Sim,
inhuman.
so mechanical. You challenge him, man, he will best you almost every
Jesus,
time.
Reven out head's been a
TSM
human
just win
decoy
every
once we get
duel,
full
and
flashed.
At least there was pushback from Plug this time. It wasn't just
Yeah, they kind of fell for the bait though,
kind of
heavy,
a
right?
awkward retake with no util. Still have a paranoia to work off of from Bao, but that wasn't used.
Tripwire destroyed.
Yeah, it definitely is not going to happen here for Plug. I mean, it's going to be hard to retake when they have no util to retake with and no bodies to retake with. That's the most important thing. I mean, look how you're running this clock down.
player
Doing too good of a damage here on the side
A
of TSM.
really convincing
That
bonus.
is, I mean, it's nice what TSM did. The walk contact up, jump spot forces out the first flash from Teague, but right after that, the first stall. I didn't like the repeat from Monsi to just try to crouch peek out to try to get information because he falls first, and then Jerwin gets caught in a 1v1 inside sewers, and then suddenly you have a 3 versus 1 inside the site where nobody's able to trade off each other. You still
Yeah,
had more
that
util coming
should
out from
secure
Teague
them kind
if
of
they were
running
gonna try
away
to
with
go for
this.
the re-hit.
The money's
Only
really
wasted
good.
out one flash when Sim was able to push up, and you forced out the updraft from
Sim?
too, so there
Yeah,
was
he
still
needs to get
great
some line
utility
experience
in
somehow.
the pockets of Plug to be able to really, you know, push them back, trying to move forward.
But now you know that TSM are
He'll
hitting
probably get
that
another
A
trial
site
at one
quite a
point.
bit. So now Plug can just take a timeout and address this, because that was
Looks like
our
this
first
team
full
suits
gun
him for a
round,
good
and
amount of time though, so
Plug did try
they'll
to
do well on this team.
take these duels. It's just, it was tough to stop Sim and really the rest of the squad when you're being outnumbered, when you're looking at Plug being outnumbered, trying to hold back against this wave of damage.
Yeah.
So it's Plug having to retake how you want to go forward and how you're going to stop this win streak from TSM.
Well, it was a real gun round for the side of Plug. It was still a bonus round for TSM that was converted too. So now look at how you're flooding in terms of economy. Sim could even go for an attack op if he wants to, but I think after
Yeah,
this
you
timeout, still wanna
might
go
be a
with the
little
rifle
bit
because
right,
you know that
Griffer, but
Plug's
the
gonna go
timing
with,
of it with the bad
with an
event
eco
is
in
like
this round. You see a couple of sheriffs and half shields, even an outlaw maybe could have been good here for Sim because I've seen
One of
him
the
use it on
issues
this
as
map. I
well.
mean, we've both seen him use on this map previously against Washed, but they're just trying to leverage tempo instead to just really. It seems to work really well against Plug's playstyle. Just walk up contact and full bash execute.
Gonna be able to take the orb here and play off of a rolling thunder and
if
see
3 people hit from Plug, it's
who
an
can
eco,
draw
but
out at
maybe.
this moment. Sim dashing in. Okay, a scout. Sim took some damage and just couldn't finish off
Okay,
shots
nice
there
cleanup.
on T.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the numbers here though. They could
It's
really
just
benefit from
Monty with the
having
sheriff
a
in
smoke here.
1v3, but the
Dude,
Team
give him a
4
smoke
HP.
here on defense. They win this round.
Monty has a
4 HP.
drone and a dart.
And they even
Some
have a
darts.
smoke on the top of the boxes too. I think that's to set up a one-way. That would probably just spot the feed. I mean, the Astra smokes are kind of huge, so I don't know if it's gonna fully work it for its intent, because it's kind of too close to play for a suck. But, I mean,
Just
the
no one
outro's good
died
enough.
in sight for him to get a
Exactly.
better gun.
Exactly. Oh, it was a nano swarm, sorry, onto the spike. It wasn't even a star, so that's good enough. Gun gets picked up, but it's still a 3v1 here at that point.
Gonna go down with the ship. Oh no!
Nice shot as well.
Randomly Ziff gets it. So 10-6. A lot of strong first map showings from TSM, but it's how they get to the finish line. Now Jerwin just bought an op, but pretty successful to just flood into C, and Plug have pushback. They're not just going for full retakes. They're taking people with them.
Trevor
What's
posted
left
an hour
afterwards
15-minute
on
video
retakes?
saying he failed
Plug don't
Pacific
have
in
enough
black
gas in
chat.
the tank.
Not too sure how the op is gonna work.
That's
here
so
with
funny.
the line for the
Someone
front
said
line.
that
They're
he
just trying to push him out
he
of
did
the
his own
corner instead. Catches GMD. I mean, GMD trying to do Omen
Rain
things, but
thing.
just jumping across in the cubby where an Omen TP would have been safe.
Oh, we dodged the ult on
Rolling
this.
Thunder from
Yeah, and we
T-Dog.
kinda hit our own
Sherwin
team
stays
as
in the
well.
corner. He smoked off from
Wow,
his team and hopes to
is he not
regroup. That's
stunned
great
going
punish
forward?
From TSM. Knives out from Sim. Shots coming in. They haven't made it through the doorway. And TSM take a step back, and that's where Teague breaks back in.
Look at that.
And now
Look at that
swinging with
wide
Val.
swing. That was awesome.
Successful retake there for Plug.
Okay, they're kind of on the
And that's the
boards.
thing, unfortunate for,
Two
for
people
Sim, as good as he is
with
at
low
landing his
money.
shots with the operator, the thing that doesn't seem to get the best value is his blade storm. A couple of buddy shots, a couple of whiffs, not being able to really catch Teak, was kind of caught out in the open towards the spawn. But German with this pick, at least now, as you called out the op coming here up for the defensive side, something that TSM will be ready for in the next. As a timeout was utilized by Trust and Plug to try to force out this operator.
Why
as soon
did
as
I want to
possible.
put Paper X in S tier?
Realizing
Dude,
that, Sim just
Paper
wants
X.
to go toe-to-toe with him, so not trying to leverage the whole
they're in S
walk
tier.
contact to dash in and execute.
Look at the patch.
Gonna play a little bit more traditionally now for a TSM default.
You could say it's their best chance to win a
Initial fault line there
tournament
from
this year or next year.
T-Dog in case Jerwin wanted to extend forward. They don't know he has an op yet. Recon from the defense clears A main, and now TSM will test the waters with a trip in garage. So Sim can watch the window. And Mikey's just gonna walk right into the
Yeah, and this
crosshairs.
is the problem, man. This whole
So get the
team just
attention of
love to
someone
like
Bowes,
dry
holding C by
re-clear
himself, and now
positions.
Teague and friends from Plug have to re-clear
this.
C, and Sim already has that
1 HP
downloaded.
as well. Dude, he's so
Yeah,
unlucky to not get a double. Don't try it
We can
that
go and
again.
be bait, get info for Jerwin. And they got an attacker's lockdown just
Bring
in
on the
case
downfall.
someone
No, dude, I
supplied
like all the
defenses
players.
and
I
got
hope
to
they
the
actually
backside.
do
Don't
win
wanna lose
something.
anyone.
I kind of hope they stick
Here's
together. They're
TSM.
such a fun team to watch. It'd be a shame.
Now it's time to plant. Insert Sim. With the ops, it's a tough lane to push through. Unless Jerwin can get a good slide.
How long do you hold this for?
Free kill coming out
What's your
here for
patience
T-Dog.
like?
Sova's dead.
Really right now is TSM has a lot of
Couldn't
money.
hold
to
it all
work
day, I
with.
think.
They know that Jerwin has an op. They know that Jerwin tried to use that towards the A choke at the very beginning. But they want to try to hunt him down. And so far, it seems that they might. let him
Artist as
live
a
for
team?
bit unless
Nah, I
Sim
don't think
wants to go
so.
for
He
it.
was streaming today, right? I think I saw. I saw a rare artist stream.
But Trust and Plug, this time around, as soon as TSM is ready for the line that you're trying to get with the operator towards long A and just go for the hit into B. Something that TSM hasn't really been doing in the first place, but as you mentioned at the beginning of this round here, Lemon Kiwi, where you had Mikey just try to walk back inside the garage.
Nah, I'm not streaming tomorrow.
That was close. But that said, the smoke that was thrown by Button Bao was trying to make sure that they could try to leverage a little bit of map control on the side of the defense. which is far weaker
Dude,
there.
imagine that
I
actually,
mean,
yeah.
you have your Omen that's kind of left on an island alone on C.
He was
If there was
doing
gonna
an
be a full
EMEA
plunge
team
towards
ranking.
the
Oh
C cycle
boy.
from Garage, So you're trying to throw a smoke, you're trying to reposition Mikey,
Jesus.
but they're still not ready for the sim op on the attack side, something that he just brought out in this on this map. That surprised even 2 players on top of that, and Plug has to be a little bit more meticulous on how they want to gain map control and leverage.
Yeah, this is like last stand for them.
A lot of ults too on the defensive side. And TSM is encouraging
this
on
camera.
a map win. Could be fighting for that garage control yet again. Plug, leave that unwatched.
Camera taken out.
TSM will be ready to smoke it off anyway, and it's
No, watching the China event
Sim,
tomorrow.
it's
It's
tough to
day
put him
after
in
for
a
me.
bad position with the op, and now
Like,
the drone clears the trip.
the
Rolling
time?
thunder from Teague. As
28
there's
hours or
the
so.
flood coming through B from Plug. And it's just a trade. Plug had the jump and the surprise, and
Holy.
it's Ziff that fires
Dude, this
back
guy's
and gets a
aiming
3K.
today as well.
And it's TSM that end with the
And they
number
go
advantage.
and get over
You have
towards
GMD
C with an
clearing
Astra
C,
ult.
So that's the spike being pulled in that direction. Plug did not benefit from that.
Yeah, way too much of a dangerous move to Rolling Thunder off or camera if people are moving up closer to B or off the trip. Because now you're running so many
he's
players
not
down towards
Astroing
1B.
because of
There's
Neon.
no crunch coming back towards the garage.
doesn't matter that
Everybody's
much.
looking towards the same line because TSM's been really good at staying as a group and playing as a unit. And a retake's going to be impossible.
Last player standing.
Especially
Him
with
is an
Sam. I mean,
absolute
he already
menace.
showed us a 1v2 clutch with the op, and
His stats are gonna be
he can buy
insane.
1,000 ops if he wants to.
Pretty much.
Regardless of what happens here.
And that's what we mentioned before here, going into the second half. TSM just very, very good on working their attack side. Yes, we were talking about the value of the what the Astra is getting, but so far it's been a lot of this Sim and 7 duo that we've, you know, praised during the challenger scene over in North America, where 7 seems to be finding his groove more as an initiator role instead of, you know, a cracked duelist at the very beginning when he was scouted out by, I think, 100 Thieves back then. And now just finding great use of his util around KO rolls, Sky rolls, this time playing even as a Sova.
5 chances and
TSM are in first map win potential in this
Triple.
grand final series.
triple frenzy. They
I
got to
think,
do
yeah,
something
just
crazy. They got
everyone-
so
all
many
these new
ults that they
additions
should
have found
actually be
really
able to be
great
fine
homes.
here, but
Like, you even think about Monty and Teague and
It hasn't gone
Mikey
great
from
on defense.
Flynn, who Trust and Plug are giving me a lot of hope. It just sucks we won't get to see kind of them flourish, and that gives them a lot of time to prepare for the next stage of
No way
challengers that
Sim
they
wins
haven't
this.
qualified for this
oh
time.
my
And
god.
a team that has qualified and a team that is doing well
He's
is
r-
TSM.
What's
in
going
the
on here,
Challengers
dude?
Playoffs, showing us how they're starting to reach that peak. But this is a map 1 TSM. We saw how exciting they were against their previous opponent, a 13-4.
Yeah, we've been
kicking
talking
things
about it a little
off.
bit, Slim and Tree.
But it's the next maps, and
The team love
why the
giving
toe?
them kills, though, to be
Bow is
fair.
gone.
That's a
This
big
song.
ass toe.
Yeah.
That's a
150
big ass
HP.
I mean, he's won them
Big ass
around though.
toe getting picked off there by Sim. But
The
this
good
is a
ult
great
rows
counter.
they go in
Starting out the
here.
hat here for Mikey.
Recon in front of the wall to see if anyone's pushed by. We've got trips that no one can really capitalize off. That's an incredible molly.
Perfect though.
Ooh, Hunter's Fury from Monty just to let Plug settle in. Now Cosmic Divide. TSM hold their side of the real estate.
Jeez,
And as it comes
T-Dog
down,
tanked
Teague
that flash.
surprises them all.
He saw him through the wall
And now
early.
this is Turtable for Plug. And just being this close with the Stingers is huge.
There's been a beast, but this should
Now
be
it's just
pretty
Ziff on
hard.
the post plant. He has a spike in sight.
Oh boy,
He
one by
has
one
the
by one.
advantage. 1v3.
Oh god, they gave it to him.
Picked off.
They absolutely gave it to him. They kind of summed up the game a little bit.
In TSM's favor, 13-7.
Oh,
Gave him
what a
3
clutch
individual
coming out there from
1-by-1s.
Ziff. Another time where you need to something like your Sentinel